G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard. My voice is knackered. There's some sort of lurg kicking around my family. Sun's out, dog's out. Ooh, no focus. Focus is out. Let's get on with this CB250 engine, and it is gear day, so it's the gear change mechanism in. Drum locating pin onto the stop, so we're on. So I'm going to get you in a frame. Probably fast forward you through a lot of it, to be brutally honest, but we'll see if we can get, ideally, this whole side back together, but we'll see how we get on. Right, so there you go, that's you there on a bit of up close and personal. Let me just check, yeah. There's one of you guys saying more up close, please. Right. Now, because I don't fundamentally know what I'm doing, I am going through the book, but also when it mentions things like position the gear change drum locating plate, well, I've no idea what one of those is, but a book tells me number 7 is a gear change, is the change pin plate. So that's precisely what I'm doing. Can only go on one way, so straight circle with a little like retaining pin hole there, so it's only going to go one way onto there. Place the pair. Right. Well, it's actually the change drum retainer plate. That's not it. That's the change drum. That's the change pin plate. It's actually talking about this, which is the, let me show you, number 4. Change drum retainer plate. Oop, there we go. Little oddly shaped bugger there. So get that on. Can that only go one way? Yeah, can only go one way. Like that. Don't lose that, and that. Put it on a nice blue background so you don't lose it. That's a good idea, Nat. Well done. Got these 3 bolts. It does say about pinning them or Loctiting them. I'll look up to see if there's a recommended torque setting for these. No, that was it. One of you guys saying, Nat, get a torque wrench. It's here. All wrong. They are all here. They're under my bench. They are easily accessible and easy to use because they get used a lot. I just really don't see the point in showing me going click. Slightly worried that you don't trust me that I use one. I do find that odd that there's no torque saver written down. No, I can't find any torque settings for it. Crankcase halves do, but I will just be mostly going for tight. Better fitting screwdriver. See if I've got anything that I can pin those with. Not doing a very good job at this, but it'll do. That'll do. Right. Not going anywhere anyway. Right. Right, let me do some reading. After a lot of cocking around, including re-splitting it, because by trying to turn it, I snagged the fucking cam chain. It's fine again now. I've now made sure I've hung it properly and I can actually turn it, because I'm a moron. Right, I've got the... Let me spin you around so you can see what I'm actually doing. Now, I think a lot of my problem was just not getting enough purchase, and I don't want to damage the thread, so I've just knocked the pedal on, and I'm effectively using that to turn that. Right, now, wobble, wobble, wobble. I'm not convinced, but let's have a look at what we're doing. So, a lot of cocking around. The gear selector, what do they actually call that when I'm using the, when I'm trying to use the right names? The pin end plate of the change pin. Anyway, by my reckoning, as the bike is the same as every bike, neutral down one is first, up is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So by my reckoning, can you see here? So that should be neutral, that should be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. Right, let's see how we get on then. So if I'm in neutral at the moment, so if I'm spinning, I can't show you both ends at the same time, but the drive, the cog, isn't spinning when I do that. I can't show you both ends at the same time. But anyway, trust me. Turning fine, not turning the other side. If I turn that, it will move it, but it's just the oil on it. You know, there's no load. There's a nice technical word for me. There's no load on it. So let's try and work this out on the pot. So down is down. Let's try that. I don't think it reverses it. So if I'm there in neutral, I've not quite got enough room here. Hang on. The hammer's here because as soon as I put weight on it, it keeps trying to rock off. Rock off, Tommy. God, my references are so old. Right. So, oh, I'm going the wrong way there. So, that should be first. It's struggling a bit. Why are you struggling to get me into first? It's hitting a pin, and it's hitting that. So I'm in first. It's just an awkward way of doing this. I'm in first. I now have load on that So I lifted it up this end. So that should be first, that should be neutral. Back into neutral. Try pushing down again. That should be second. Yeah, got load on there. Should be third. I've got slower load, i.e. this is spinning faster than that, which makes sense. Fourth. Fifth. And again, the lug at the back is going slow again. Sixth. It's not happy going down gears. Why are you unhappy going down gears, bike? I'm just not being man enough in my gear changes. Belting things. Let's try and be a bit technical here. This is doing my head in. Pen that works would be good. Right, got coloured in spline there. Look at that at the top. Right, so it's one revolution. So that's 1 to 1. So 1 revolution at the gear end, at the cog end. It's 1, roughly. Yeah. Right. So that's 5th, I think. That's just less than 1. That should be 4th. That should be 3rd. That should be 2nd. So that's about half revolution now, so One revolution of that. It's 2 of them. Oh, it's half of these. Oh, fuck knows. That's 6 then. No, that's right, because that's the drive now, so that's spinning like a bastard, that's not spinning so fast, so that's first gear, and that makes sense. It's not spinning very much. Right, I'm back in complete transparency. I had to take it apart again. I've thoroughly cocked up. You can just see my hand on the cam chain, and you see above it, it's an L nicely slung from the ceiling, because I dropped the cam chain into the upper casing and got it all jammed up, so I had to take it all apart and do it again. And I've no idea why I was spinning it, because obviously the drive isn't related or isn't attached to the gearing at the moment. Anyway, right, let's do a bit of a explore. So after a lot of cocking around, I think we're good. So on the gear selector, neutral it's in at the moment, i.e. if I spin the drive plane, it turns because there's oil in it, but there's no load on it, so I'm spinning the where the cog would attach on the drive, on the sprocket, sorry. So there's nothing on there, so neutral first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. So I've got can you see that? Yeah, I've got a mole grips, not actually on the, I'll show you, not actually on the spine, but on the change lever, because I realised a lot of the problem I was having was trying to get enough purchase on the gear change to actually change gear, and I can't put the whole pedal on because it's pivoted, whatever losers. Right, so let's go. We've got neutral, then I'm spinning cog element, nothing's changing, so neutral, let's try it into first, then into first. So you know, the two are engaged. Happy. Oops. Just checking down the right way. Yep. I need my mallet back in because it rocks. Looking very professional here now. Everything's fucking falling around. Right. Well, it's because you're not professional. And I've never claimed to be anything else. So I'm in first. So let's try. That's neutral. Right. So I'm back in neutral. Let's go first. So first gear, second. So there you go, just skip neutral into second, go third. Oh, is it not happy going on? There you go, to third. Obviously I've got no load on this engine apart from a dickhead spinning it. Fourth. Fourth. Why is that not happy going into fifth? This time it was fine earlier. Fifth. It just needs to be a bit more meaty. And sixth. Fifth. This seems to be better that way. Fourth. Oh, I've pushed the whole fucking thing forward, that's why. First. Right, so I've got a full range of gears. It's clunky because I'm fucking moving everything around, so that's pushing out while I'm trying to change it, etc, etc. But I'm now content that I've at least got things in the right place. So, whew, that was a ball's ache. Next. Primary drive, pinion and pump. Okay, so an unusual bit of post-editing filming for me. I'm going to knock it on the head there because this one's really taking some time. Now, what I could do is just skip through it and do it in 3 minutes and show you how great it is at the end. But the important bit, I think, is to show some of the process that it's not simple. It is relatively complicated, I suppose, more than anything else. And it doesn't always go to plan, so I did have to strip the engine down because I completely cocked up the cam chain, which was a real pain in the ass, but it does mean that I got the gears working properly towards the end. It was all very shaky, and it's a hokey setup, but I was just wanting to make doubly sure that those gears were selecting before I then carried on. So I'll knock it on the head for that one, and I'll have to move the oil pump into the next upload. Cheers all, I'll catch you later.